Says 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 13. Nevertheless, we according to his promise look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor and glory to Yahweh Shemel Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone that do rule well. Salutations to the men of the Hopeful and Saints elect. This Marcus are from Trinidad camp. Just want to do a little edification for the elect's sake. And the name of this lesson would be where righteousness dwelleth. Because we see we in hell right now. You understand? The scripture said wisdom is given to them that is in misery. Understand? And also talk about just not being vexed with the conversation of the wicked. We in this wicked place, and all we see and all we beholding is wickedness. Alright? Like, just the other day I was telling one of the Akim that, I was riding a bike and one of the tires was a little soft. So, I passed by a tire shop and the guy was now opening up and I asked him, if he could just give me a little air in the back tire. And he was like, no problem. Give him $1. And I said, well, I don't have no dollar. I say, I have 100. I say, if you have change for 100, you could take the $1. Which I find $1 is next to nothing, but still, hey, if you want $1, I give you the $1. And basically, he blanked me. He said, nah. He said, he can't help me. And I said, well, I'm going fast. So it's just some air I want. And he said, well, nah. That is bad for his business. You understand? That is bad for his business. He can't help me. And guess what? There is a lot of you Jake. A lot of you Jake out here, as the scripture said, the love of many shall wax cold. And that is why we looking to come out to this place. We're looking for a place where indwelleth righteousness. Because you people, you have no love for one another. Alright, speaking to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Alright? You hate each other, you hate your own. Because guess what? If it was the so-called white man, he pulled up. He was gonna say, hey brother, come let me air this tie up. I remember one time we went in by a parts place to buy some vehicle parts. Me and another brother, and there was this Jake that was pressing the wheel bearings. He was pressing the wheel bearings. And, well, it had a few people there that was waiting to be serviced. And one of the guys was an Edomite. And when the Edomite came to this Jake, every other word, the Jake addressing, the Edomite as my Lord. Okay, my Lord. Yes, my Lord. And I was like, well, how you getting on like this? So now, when it was our turn, he didn't even address us properly. You understand? He didn't even address us properly. His own people, he didn't address properly because he saw us as inferior. And saw the so-called white man as superior, that is so-called, that is Jesus to him. Alright? So you Jakes, you don't have no love for one another. That is why we're looking to get out. As the scripture says, we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come, where righteousness dwelleth. Alright? This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 9. Jeremiah chapter 9 verse 2. It says, oh, that I had in the wilderness a lodging place of wayfaring men, that I might leave my people and go from them, for they be all adulterers, an assembly of treacherous men. They bend their tongues like bow for lies, but they are not valiant for the truth upon the earth. As the scripture said, they're wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. For they proceed from evil to evil, and they know not me, said the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. Alright? In verse 4 it says, take ye heed every one of his neighbor, and trust ye not in any brother, for every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk in slanders. So the Lord's saying, hey, you can't trust them because they're wicked. Alright? And that is basically a burden to the mind. Alright, because here you don't know, you can't even trust 2/3, alright, because 2/3 don't like you. Then when you think that you could trust a brother in the truth, you realize that you can't even trust this brother in the truth. So it's a burden to the mind. Alright, but when we in the kingdom, we wouldn't have that burden, because as the scripture said, all thy people shall be righteous. And that is what we're looking for. We're looking for a place, a new heaven and a new earth where righteousness dwelling, where we wouldn't have, the scriptures say, all sorrowing shall go away. We wouldn't be able to sorrow no more, because it's going to be everlasting joy. We don't have to be worrying about, this person backbiting, this person saying shit behind your back, this person going to steal from you, your wife committing adultery, because there is something going on a lot. Adultery is something heavy in this place. That's why the scripture said it's an adulterous generation. You wouldn't have to be worrying about him, people, coming knocking on your door, trick or treat, or singing Christmas songs. You don't have to worry about those things, because in the kingdom, everybody gonna just be focused on serving Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, keeping the feast days. Alright? You're gonna have to rebuke nobody in the kingdom. When I say nobody, talking about the Israelites, you're gonna be rebuking the nation. Alright? But the Israelites, all Israel, gonna be righteous. And this will be looking forward to, a place where righteousness dwelleth. Alright? It's the book of Hosea chapter 4 verse 1. It says, hear the word of Yahweh, ye children of Israel, for Yahweh hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai in the land. Alright? So they have no mercy. Alright? So because I didn't have $1 to give this guy, he refused me. He refused to help me. They can't help each other. All right, in the law, it says if you see a neighbor's ass falling in a ditch, you take it out. You help that brother. All right? But in these times, now they can't help you. Every man for himself. That's why the scripture said the love of many shall wax whole. All right? And a lot of brothers like that, they have that way that, they will do things that benefit into them. All right? But the scripture said it is better to give than to receive. All right? It's better to give than to receive. All right? When you see somebody in help, you help that brother out of a sincere mind. Not help him and then, talk shit behind his back. All right? When they help, do it willingly. All right? And a lot of men can't do that. They can't do things willingly. All right? They can't do things willingly. And that is why we're seeking to get out this place where, you don't have to second guess anybody. Where righteousness dwells. You don't have to worry about it. Where your wife doing when you're home, when you're not home, all these sorts of things. All that is a burden to the mind. All right? And the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, He coming to set all those things straight. All right? As the scripture said, you that are heavily laden, come and I shall give you rest. Plenty of the weight that we've been laden with is the burden of the mind. Because of the things that we have to endure in this life. All right? This is Ezekiel chapter 22, starting at verse 7. It says, in thee have they set light by father and the mother. All right? In the midst of thee, they set light the mother and the father. It have people out there, they don't care about their mother and their father. They curse their mother and their father. They utterly disrespect their mother and their father. In the midst of thee have they dealt by oppression with the stranger. In thee have they vexed the fatherless and the widow. Thou hast despised my holy things and profaned my Sabbaths. All right, like IUIC, the Sabbath is Friday to Saturday. All right, they disrespect the name Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. They call him Moses and Christ. It says, in thee men that carry tables to shed tails to men that carry tails to shed blood. And indeed they eat upon the mountains, and in the midst of thee they commit lewdness. All right, worshiping all sorts of idols. Indeed, they have discovered their father's nakedness. Indeed, they have humbled her that was set apart for pollution, having sex with their father's wife. One had committed abomination with his neighbor's wife, and the other had lewdly defiled his daughter-in-law, and the other indeed had humbled his sister, his father's daughter. All right? All sorts of wickedness happening in this place. All right? You see all these things. You vex. You have homosexuals, adulterers, thefts, oppression. All right? Robbery, all these things going on. And these are things that we have to endure on a day-to-day basis. That is why Jeremiah just wanted that place just to go from them. All right? The people that you think you could trust, you can't trust. That's why Jeremiah just wanted to be by himself. All right? As the scripture said, there is a knowledge that increaseth sorrow. All right? The more you increase in knowledge, the more you're going to increase in sorrow, because you're going to learn, like, what happening to these people? All right, when you realize where we're supposed to be at and see the state of our people and where they choose to be, as the scripture says, they love oppression. All right, it's gonna be oppressive to your mind. All right, all the wickedness that happen are gonna be oppressive to your mind, and that is why we're seeking to live. All right, hasten to the coming of the Lord, so that the Lord could deliver us and put us in the kingdom where we deserve to be, where we want to be. All right. So with that, I hope it was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shemel Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles of great mercy and do rule well. Salutations to the men of the hopeful and saints elect. This is Makazar from Trin.com saying Shalom and stay strong, because the Lord bringing that kingdom, the kingdom coming. All right. Until that time, we say Shalom to the elect.